had to have heard 1,000 times my take on female police officers. It's if people weren't being killed and injured, both police officer and perps, it would be funny. It would be like the Keystone Cops, like watching complete incompetent police officers run around, and you could laugh, put it in fast motion, make it even funnier maybe. But this is deadly, quite deadly, serious business. Someone thought many, many moons ago that women should be able to become police officers and hold the same jobs that men police officers have. Not just in the office, not just a crossing guard, but right out there in the trenches, in the streets, battling the criminals, hand to hand. And this has been nothing but the biggest failure of any social experiment that was at least brought into the government like a job. We've had other social experiments that have been even worse. But to think that women could do the job of men in police work, street work, patrol is, I don't think you could find more information than we already have to prove that this just has not worked. Women are not capable of being police officers. They just aren't. If they're lucky and are never faced with a perpetrator that could overpower them, then sometimes it looks like they can do the job. They could write tickets. They could tell somebody, hey, stop. Put your hands on the vehicle. And then if the person does it, put your hands behind your back, and they do it, then, you'd think, all right, maybe women can do this. The second they get any type of resistance, and this happens constantly, more now than ever, they are in deep shit. And what a lot of people don't understand, also, the perpetrator's in deep shit. Women do not have the ability to bring equal force during the progression of a conflict with a man. It's as easy as that. A woman police officer cannot meet the force of an aggressor, that's a man, with equal force as that force progresses. From verbal to hands-on pushing, perhaps, to grabbing, punching. Once it reaches that level, the woman has to go to deadly physical force. Maybe a taser, maybe pepper spray, but, she has to be in the right situation for that. A little distance, that's what you need for a taser, really. And a lot of times she pulls a taser out if the guy's close enough. He can just take the taser from her. Same thing with pepper spray. If she's being overpowered, now a man can throw punches. He could do some jujitsu, try to get the guy down, whatever it is. A man police officer can match that. If it gets to the point where the male officer in that progression is met with physical force that he perceives could be deadly, then he is well within his legal rights, the police officer, to use deadly physical force. But it doesn't have to come at the moment the bad guy grabs a woman's arm and then reaches for her taser or pepper spray or weapon, pistol. This is the biggest reason, the number one reason why women should not be cops. Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining. They are physically not capable to matching the level of violence. They have to go to deadly much sooner than a man does. And if you're going to deadly physical force, it doesn't only threaten the perpetrator, it threatens everyone around you. Your partner, citizens. The second you got to pop a round off, you're threatening everyone around you. So yeah, that right there should disqualify every woman from ever being a police officer patrolling on the streets. If you want to be a cop, I believe women should be able to be police officers. You go in and you take one of the office jobs that a man would have to take. Now that man can be on patrol out on the streets. You have another man out there because a woman is now at the typewriter or listening to people's civil complaints or whatever the else a woman could do besides not doing the job of a patrol cop. These are hard facts. These are just pure hard facts that so many people don't want to hear, but it's the God's honest truth. It's been proven time and time again. And if you could point out one or two anomalies of women that can absolutely handle themselves out there, first of all, I'd like to see it. And secondly, it's inconsequential, statistically zero. So it's a failed experiment. Let's do away with it. Get all these women that think they're tough out on the street. They're going to, take on some perps. Get them in the office jobs. Get them driving people around, perhaps. I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever doesn't entail having to get hands-on and get physical with men, criminals, dangerous men. You can't do it, ladies. You can't. And here's one in a array of examples of women that can't handle it. Here's, what's this one? Another female cop. Yeah, this is a distant a little. Could you zoom in a little? Maybe we can cheat the video a little so you can get a better view of what happens here. No?
Hold on, let me reload it and see if it'll let me do it.
Ooh, reload it. I got you. But yeah, what you're going to see is a great example of that. It's one-on-one. This isn't a team-up thing. This isn't an extremely large man or an extremely petite woman. These are two people that you would think if they were both men would be pretty equally matched. And this is what happens. Watch this. Bam! She's down. She's knocked out and absolutely vulnerable. It is only by the luck that this guy isn't a homicidal maniac that her gun wasn't taken and she wasn't executed right there on the sidewalk. One punch took her out. She is not capable of going hands-on with that guy. And like I said, that's just some gangly, skinny black dude who's used to fighting. And she has no business trying to make him do anything. What'd she say? Stop. What's your name? Can I see an ID? Excuse me, you're not free to leave. You're being detained. Whatever she said, his answer was, I'm going to punch you in the face. And there was nothing she could do about that. So you still think women cops are a good idea? That isn't a singular case, by the way. I could show you right now probably hundreds of videos in a row, probably thousands if we really did some heavier research. And, That's what's going on out on the streets because women want to be cops, and enough bags that think we're all the same and there's no difference between men or women got into positions of power and made this nightmare happen. So, again, who knows? Maybe someday we'll be back up here. Back on top. But I doubt it. So, if you enjoyed that clip,
Then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.